hair. I was 10 when my hair grew long, became a menagerie filled with peacocks and fairy wrens that weave dreadlocks like experts. My mother took me to the local hairdresser, who said she'd have to shave my head. We were out of there before she could reach for the scissors. In the car park, my mother said, "Don't worry, I know someone who can conquer those knots." When the lady came to the door, we laid newspaper over carpet. She suggested I read her a story while she brushed my hair. Several combs broke in my hair, the animals inside snarling at the plastic teeth. Finally, she pulled out a thick-pronged comb that appeared indestructible. I continued to read aloud, pausing when the pain ran from my scalp down my neck. I read for another paragraph before the words began to wobble. My pain threshold for hair pulling increased that day. And then she found the hidden lion, king of them all. She tried to coerce it out with the prongs. It bit back, and she only just escaped, comb intact. Then I felt the snip of scissors as she cut around the lion, my hair so thick you wouldn't notice its absence. I held it in my hand, still snarly but soft and tame. Now it was out. My hair no longer prey to the animals inside. And now, many years later, when my brush catches on a troublesome knot, I can still hear the call of the wild in my ear. No pets. We're not allowed pets at home. We've never had a dog or cat or even a fish. My parents made excuses over the years. The yard isn't big enough. The fence isn't strong enough. You'll be sad when they die. But I knew the real reason. My father once lived in a menagerie. His mother had sheep, cats and rabbits, yappy dogs, fish, budgies and a cockatoo. Whenever he'd walk past, the cockatoo would yell and swear at him. Only him. It was enough to make him never want pets again. So my brother and I made pets of our own. We rescued Christmas beetles on their backs and put them the right way up. My brother caught lizards and kept them in his desk at school. Sometimes we'd glimpse rhinoceros beetle, listen to its hiss. We made friends with water dragons, collected fallen kookaburra feathers, watched ring-tailed possums disappear into trees at night. A cat with a lump on its head often dropped by, his visits coinciding with the noise of our microwave. Then there was the ginger cat down the street who screamed at everyone except for my brother, who could pat it behind its ears. Best of all was the parrot at number 4, who would mimic the sound of a beeping truck, wolf whistling when it pleased. One night, at our old house, a 6-foot python thieved its way into my brother's bedroom. It had feasted on possum, the lump in its belly visible as it stretched towards my brother's cot. As my mother peered into his room in the dark on her way to bed, at first she thought the creature was one of his toys, until it twitched. My father fetched the picnic blanket to throw over it. None of us thought this was a good idea, so they called a wildlife friend who caught the snake. As we sat around the table recovering, a string of rat traps snapped at once behind the couch. After we moved house, I often heard my parents wonder what the new owners would think of the barred windows and mesh screens they'd installed.